Hi everyone, so thanks very much for joining another edition of our Alumni Chat Series. I'm Ian Heffley, Admissions Counselor here at SIT Study Abroad, and I have the privilege today to be joined by one of our alumni from our Morocco Multiculturalism and Human Rights program. Marwah, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Marwah Al-Jilani, and I studied in Morocco with the Multiculturalism and Human Rights program in the spring semester of 2016.
And where are you at your home university, and what's your major?
I go to Oregon State University, and I'm currently majoring in political science and international studies with a minor in women's studies.
Excellent. So thank you very much for taking some time today. I'll jump right into it. The first question is, there are many opportunities out there to study abroad, whether it's in Morocco or the region or just in general. So what appealed to you about SIT's Morocco Multiculturalism program in particular?
I think that because it's a non-traditional study abroad destination kind of makes it more appealing. It pushes you more to be in an environment that's not familiar, and it's a completely different culture, a different language. So I think you're putting yourself in a situation where you're more willing to learn more and immersing yourself more into a culture that's completely foreign. And it also makes you really push your strengths and understand your weaknesses in different situations and environments. And for me, I really liked the subject matter of multiculturalism and human rights. I thought it was really interesting, especially once I got there, that even though Morocco seems like an Arabic-speaking, generally an Arabic-speaking country, there's still so many different cultures that span across the country, no matter if you're in the north or the south or central Morocco. It's all different. It's important to understand that and honor the different, the multidimensional aspects of different cultures in a certain country.
You mentioned very many aspects of the SIT program, both academically and while you were in country. So if you had to choose one of them as your favorite aspect, what do you think that would be?
Wait, I didn't hear that again. What did you say again? What would be my favorite aspect of the SIT program?
Correct.
I think my favorite part was really the way the Morocco program was set up was that you live in the Medina, and it's a very, very raw experience. And if you hear from other study abroad programs, they live in more other areas that are a little more just a different experience. Whereas my experience was in the Medina, where you really get exposed to Moroccan, traditional Moroccan living, and we went to classes inside the Medina. And I would say living in the Medina was the best part of the program because it's the best way to immerse yourself into the everyday life of an average Moroccan. And I think another part of the program that I really, really enjoyed was the excursions. I think it was really beneficial to go and branch out and see the rest of the country and really learn about the different histories in each area of the country that we went to.
Now, if you could name one thing that you think you learned on the SIT program that you don't think you learned anywhere else, what do you think that would be?
I think I learned a lot. I know this sounds really cliche, but I think I've learned a lot more about myself, understanding my viewpoints on several different things, because you're learning so much in such a short span of time, and you're being exposed to so many different things. So when you're in that experience, you learn a lot about your limitations and areas you can grow and what really you're good at, your strengths. And I realize that I'm really able to understand different perspectives more, and I'm a lot more tolerant than I thought I was. And I don't really want to use the word tolerant as a way where we should tolerate other cultures, but a way to be more open-minded and understanding. And
Understandable.
so several things that seemed very different, or something that I would never think was okay, once you're really experiencing the way people live and their own rationale for certain things, like, it makes you a lot more, it expands your mind a lot more.
Understandable, really understandable. So now, earlier on, you mentioned about the independent study project a little bit. Do you want to go into what your topic was a little deeper, and let me know if you've continued those studies now that you're back at your home university?
So before I went to Morocco, I actually I got my research. I knew what I was going to do before I was going to go, because I wanted to use my research in Morocco for my thesis at school. So if anyone's looking to do thesis requirements, it's a really great way to accomplish those abroad, because it makes your thesis experience a lot more meaningful. And once I was there, my topic was democratization in the Arab world, and using Morocco as a case study to assess its culture and religion in relation to that process that's going on in Morocco right now. So when I was there, doing research abroad was really, really helpful, and I learned a lot from that experience, because it helped you really understand how difficult research can be, and helps grow from and learn from many limitations that you face in doing research, with interviews and translations and finding your participants, and restrictions with certain topics and all those things. But specifically for me, when I was researching about democratization, I really wanted to understand, like, the sentiments of the citizens, like everyday citizens of Morocco, and really delve into how they regarded democracy in their own words, and if that really aligned with how we define democracy today, and if the democratization process in Morocco really reflects the needs and the wants of its citizens. And it was actually very, very interesting, because I found that a lot of Moroccans, their definitions of democracy don't necessarily align with American ideals or Western ideals of democracy, but there's a big how do I want to say, democracy has really developed as a way that a lot of people will just say they agree with it because of the appeal that it has in today's world. So it was, I mostly interviewed people in Rabat, and I knew the language was a lot easier for me, but the dialect is really different, the Moroccan dialect, which was kind of difficult, but again, it was one of the most beneficial experiences, getting to talk with people and really hearing their sentiments and hearing their stories. It's something that was added to the research portion.
Excellent, excellent. So now let's change tracks a little bit, and can you tell me in 1 or 2 sentences how you would explain SIT study abroad to someone who doesn't know who we are?
Okay, in 1 to 2 sentences, I'd say SIT study abroad in Morocco. Can I say just specifically in Morocco? Okay, SIT study abroad in Morocco is a cross-cultural and immersive experience that really helps you learn more about not only a country, but I believe that it's transformative learning. So I think that's
good. That's good. Thank you. It's very, very hard. I always try and keep it nice and short, because I want to see how people can do it. But you can never say something wrong about that, because experiential learning is really different for everyone who experiences it. So
Mhm.
now, as we near the end of our little interview today, what would you say to someone out there who may be watching this in the future about the study abroad experience that may give them that little push to press the submit button, whether they're contemplating studying abroad in Africa or the Middle East, or just in general?
I think a lot of the times when people think about study abroad, they think that it's all fun and that you go to Europe and you do all these fun things, and it's basically not really seen as like a study opportunity. But I think that it shouldn't be like that, and that going somewhere that's a non-traditional place, such as the Middle East and in other parts of Africa, really provides an experience that is going to mean something more down the line. It's going to give you a lot more. It's going to add to your skill set. Being able to have experience in these countries in the world today is going to make you a lot more desirable candidate, but not even in regards to resume building or anything like that. It's going to make you a more well-rounded person as an individual. It's going to make you more apt to learn in different environments, because once you accomplish this, once you're able to say, I've lived in Morocco and studied in Morocco, or I lived in any other country in Africa, and there's many, you provide a different sort of skill set and experience to yourself on a personal level and on a professional level.
Well, I think on that note, I'm going to say thank you very much. That was a very positive way to end this interview. Is there anything else you'd like to say about your experience in Morocco that we haven't mentioned so far?
No matter how hard it gets, and it will get hard sometimes, it's the little things that really make it worthwhile. And every time you have a bad experience, you'll have the next second, you'll have the most amazing experience that really makes everything worthwhile. So don't give up, don't be scared, apply, and yeah, that's all I have to say. I still think about it every day, and when it's over, you'll never stop missing it.
That is very, very, very true. So thank you very much for your time today, and I'm sure prospective students are appreciative to hear directly from you as well.
Thank you so much, Ian.
Have a good day.
You too.